I found joy in my life. Boy, what I'm going to be talking about today, believe it or not, is all about finding joy in your life. Now, I remember a couple weeks ago when I wasn't here, it was Supertramp, right? And I missed that. And now this, you're kissing a girl every night and what? You found joy in your life. Okay, so here's what we know. We know that we can find joy in our life anytime we want to. So that takes us to a higher place in our lives, though, really. So what is it like to live in joy? What is it like to live in the enlightenment of our higher selves? Well, it takes practice, doesn't it? But I can guarantee you that if you practice being your higher self, you will find joy in your life. You will find love. You will find freedom. You will find peace. In a simple but profound book by Matthew Kelly entitled Holy Moments, he shares with us that the experience or realization where one feels deeply connected to the divine presence gives every moment the potential of being a holy moment when it's approached with mindfulness and an awareness of God's presence. That's joy. Let's unpack this. Well, first of all, holy in this context means making a divine connection. We're making a divine connection with our spiritual power. And then we're sharing that connection with others. So that's what we're talking about this morning. And Matthew Kelly goes on to say, there is a power in one small act of kindness. A holy moment is not about a grand gesture, but rather seizing everyday moments to bring joy, love, kindness into this world. We get to bring that forth every moment. Have you ever felt that you knew better than somebody else? Okay. Yeah, not only did you know better, but you had the answer for them. You knew exactly what the problem was. You knew how to solve the problem. In fact, you even knew how they should be feeling about it. Yeah. That's an example of an unholy moment. Okay? All right. So, we miss the mark by letting our ego or our personalities run the show. Has it ever happened to you, because I know it's happened to me, that a family member or a friend wants to give us advice? Have you ever gotten advice when you didn't want it? Raise your hand. I'm raising mine for sure. Yeah, absolutely. And what do you do with that? I'll tell you what happens. You don't feel heard. You don't feel seen. Another example of an unholy moment. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at one single moment in which we open ourselves to God. We make ourselves available to that God that's within us. 24/7, God is there, 24/7. But we are the ones that have to become present. And when we're able to set aside our personal preferences and our self-interest for the moment and go to that higher self, stop all that mind chatter, we open our hearts. That's when our hearts open. It's really a form of self-care, actually, caring enough about yourself to stop and allow that preciousness of who we are come forth. Self-love. So every moment then has the possibility of being a holy moment. Do you remember back in some of you don't remember this at all, but others of you do. Remember the band that was out, I think, in the 80s? I'm not sure if it was the 80s, but it was What Would Jesus Do? You remember that? Well, I had one of those, and a group of us decided that what we were going to do was we were going to snap it every time we needed to be reminded. Well, mine was practically worn out because I was snapping to remember what would Jesus do in this situation. Because what it is, it's a reminder of what we are capable of in our lives. Everything we do can be for the greater good. Everything is a holy moment. I'm going to give you an example. About 3 weeks ago, a friend and neighbor of ours was over, and I think taking just a look at what the lanai looked like, he very nicely let Gary know that he had a power washer. And Gary was thrilled to hear that because Gary knew he needed a power washer. You talk about a holy moment. Gary didn't even need to ask. And our friend and neighbor knew he could be there for Gary. That's an example of a holy moment. Do you remember a few months ago, I think it was now, that Reverend Richard shared a story? Once upon a time, there was a monastery that was failing. Remember this? That the monks had lost sight of the fact that people came there for spiritual direction. They needed help to understand their lives. They wanted to know how they could make a difference. However, over time, people stopped coming. Why? Because they lost their joy. They lost their sense of peace. They weren't kind to each other anymore. They started arguing. They became impatient with the visitors, and you know what happens when we're impatient with visitors? They go away. So the abbot, feeling like a real failure, decided that he was going to seek the holiest of holy men to get advice. The advice was simple. Go back and tell the monks, the Messiah is among you. They were astonished when they heard that. And from that moment on, they thought of each other very differently. They started wondering, is it you, James? Is it you, Bartholomew? Could it be you, Peter? I mean, maybe it's the abbot himself. And they began to treat each other with renewed kindness and a profound respect. They decided that they better clean up their act and they better start getting real. Because if they didn't, there was no hope from that group. Do you know that right here in this sanctuary, the Messiah is among you? The Messiah means anointed one, the Christ light. We have to be reminded of that, don't we? Within each and every one of us, there is that Christ light. And when we are that light for ourselves, and when we are that light for others, we're being the Messiah and we're seeing the Messiah. These are all holy moments. That's what makes a difference. That's what brings joy. But you know us, we're always a choice. We get to choose every single solitary moment the way we're going to respond, unless we're on automatic pilot, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But what happens is we lose sight of who we are and the power that we are. And we allow holy moments to slip by. The monks lost sight of that. And that's why unhappiness crept in for them. When we're able to put our egos aside and when we can allow our highest selves to kick in, we listen and we open our hearts right where we are, right where we are. And then we can be an expression of love. That's nothing short of a holy moment. We get in touch with that light that is within us, and then we become present for others, and we listen. We become a loving support. We rise above our egos, and we connect to God, and we make a difference. And this is exactly what Jesus came to teach. It's exactly. He didn't say holy moment, holy moment, holy moment. No, he did a holy moment, a holy moment, a holy moment. It takes practice, though. Our fifth unity principle, which we'll be talking about today in our new member class, is it's not enough to know and understand this truth. You can know it and understand it as long as you want. It doesn't mean anything unless you live it. And a holy moment is all about living it. When we're busy judging others and not observing our own thoughts and behaviors, we actually mess up We do. We mess it up for ourselves, and then we don't feel that joy. Families and friends in our community give us wonderful opportunities for holy moments, and sometimes they trigger us, don't they? Come on, admit it. You get triggered. Have I triggered anybody in here yet today? Don't raise your hand. Don't raise your hand. All right, okay. When we get triggered and we're completely unaware of ourselves, we react. I was just with my family 2 weeks ago. Oh boy, I'll tell you something. I experienced times when I needed to stop and take a breath. They keep me on my spiritual toes and they don't even know it. I don't let them know it, but I'm like breathing. You all right, Mom? Oh yeah, just breathing, just breathing. Yeah, I've learned that when I get triggered and I'm tempted to step into that mom mode, I need to look at the situation differently. I need to breathe. I need to allow space so that I don't react. I actually have to say, I bet I said it 10 times in one day. Eileen, make this a holy moment. Make this a holy moment. This is not your circus. You are to look at this differently. You are the observer. You are the lover of your family. Now, we had a get-together with 20 people. So you're looking at, picture this, 20 egos, 20 personalities, and Mom. Oh boy. I think I lost 5 pounds. You know, this is just what the monks at the monastery forgot to do. To look at each other differently. To treat each other differently. When something comes up for us, we need to stop and breathe and become aware of ourselves before we speak. The pause gives us an opportunity to let the triggering event become a holy moment and pass through us, because you and I know from our life experiences, if we put our foot in our mouth, no matter how hard we try to take it out, it won't come out. It won't come out. We can backpedal all we want, but we've said it and that's it. But if we can take a holy moment, then we're really taking care of ourselves and others. We have the ability to respond to a deeper place of love and understanding. We align with our higher selves. That's how easy it is. It's not hard, but it takes practice. Matthew Kelly says this: I know that the goodness of God is the essential catalyst in every holy moment. Yet it's important to acknowledge that I played a role in it too, all because of my knowledge of how to do this. Because what it does is it shows others that they have the possibility to do it for themselves. When we operate, though, on automatic pilot, you know what that means, right? We just don't think. We just do. We forget that we make a difference, a huge difference by the little things that we do. Remembering to smile to somebody as you're going in and out of the store. You know, if you see somebody who isn't able to reach something on the shelf, you do it for them. If they drop something, you pick it up. These are all holy moments. What about Wawa? Do you go to Wawa? They hold the door for you. You know, that started back in Pennsylvania somewhere, and it's all the way here now. They hold the door for you. A holy moment. Holy moments ask us to go within and then go beyond. It's one single moment. It does not need to be overwhelming. It's where we discover that what we are capable of doing and what we're capable of being. And what we do is we open ourselves up to God. Small acts of goodness have a profound impact beyond what we can see. Don't underestimate the beauty of your energy. By consistently choosing holy moments, you will get to personal transformation. Personal transformation. They remind us that the future is better than the past, and holy moments empower us to give the gift of hope to others. And if you don't think you make a difference in this world, I want you right now to bring to mind somebody who could see you, who listened to you, who supported you, and helped you through something. Yeah. And we can look at Gandhi and Nelson Mandela, how they changed the world by their goodness, by their love, one holy moment at a time. And Jesus, what about Jesus? He changed the whole world forever. By everything he said, everything he did, and every miracle that he performed, they were all holy moments, one holy moment after another. And in Jesus' words from Matthew chapter 25, verse 35, 36, and 40, and I know you know this already, so take this in. I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you gave me clothing. I was sick, and you took care of me. I was in prison, and you visited me. Just as you did it to one of the least of these who are members of my family, you did it to me. A holy moment happens when we're able to see the Messiah in everyone and in every situation. That simply means we are connecting to our higher self. If we do that, we experience a profound sense of peace, a profound sense of clarity and love. It's the higher consciousness and the transformation that Jesus was talking about through his public ministry over and over. When we're in the heat of the moment, though, what happens? It gets difficult. If we don't have an attachment to it, like I don't have an attachment to holding the door for somebody, right? Because, I mean, it's a nice thing to do. It's a holy moment, but I don't have an attachment to it other than I know I can make a difference in their lives in that moment. But when there is a trigger, when we're attached to an outcome that we think we want, we have to stop and breathe. And as slowly as possible, we get out of automatic pilot. And it helps us remember to give ourselves space. We're able to bring God's presence into that challenge, whatever it may be, and change it. Make it a holy moment. We connect with our highest selves, and suddenly, what happens? We're able to realize our comments aren't needed. They're not needed. And we can be peaceful about that. We control our impatience when things don't go our way. We give others the benefit of the doubt. We do a kind deed for somebody without even being asked. And when we believe that good things are coming to us, that's a holy moment. When we affirm our goodness and the goodness of others in all of our words and actions, a holy moment. And I want to share with you, and Andrew's going to put the slide up, a new approach to self-care for holy moments. All right. I talk to myself the same way I talk to dogs. Look at that beautiful belly. You're so clever. Want a treat? So look at your beautiful belly, okay, and stop complaining about it. It's beautiful, just the way it is. That's a message for me. Definitely a message for me. Holy moments change my life. Say that with me. Holy. Okay, I'm going to ask you to say it one more time. Holy moments change my life. Yeah, they do. This week, I want you to turn off autopilot. And I want you to identify and intentionally create a holy moment for yourself and a holy moment for somebody else every day this week. The situation is there for you, every situation. You just need to realize it. You're in charge of holy moments. Just become mindful of God. And give that person or that situation a darn good dose of God. A darn good dose of God. Remember, you're bringing God forward. You're the light of Christ. You are the Messiah. Through that light, you bring God into others' lives. And I've said it over and over because I want you to hear it. You're probably going to be dreaming about it. Maybe you'll hear me in your ear. I don't know. But if you do, I know you're going to find happiness. I know you're going to find joy because you do make a difference. You do. Let us pray together. In God we live and move and have our being. We were born a holy moment to be the fulfillment of who and what we are, the image and the likeness of God, and to pay it forward. We see ourselves in these holy moments, moment by moment, bringing hope, faith, peace, joy, and love into this world. We take that knowing and we send it out into the world one person at a time, one situation at a time, one holy moment at a time. And so it is. Amen.